Tech,
Very excited to show off my drum
Tech, I think we might be on the wrong screen, potentially. I think it might still be on the ad or the interstitial screens, but that might be my stream lagging. So we'll vamp for a little bit here, Caesar. How you feeling?
Yeah, sounds good. I'm feeling good. This is probably the most optimized drum run that exists, so it's always exciting to show it off. But also, it's been a while since I've PB'd, so I'm feeling a little PB hungry today.
Just a quick question from Tech, Caesar. Tech is wondering if you could check your game audio.
Yeah. Is it too low?
I don't know. This is a great question. I'll let Tech handle it here. For what it's worth, Ray, we can't hear you in Discord. I don't know if that's how you try to communicate. But in the meantime, while that gets figured out, gamers, again, this is PB Precipice. This is the show all about runners. We're just on the verge of a PB, and Caesar will be showing this off, but he will be using drums as the controller. So this is a very unique thing that we are showing off. We've had pretty traditional speedrunning going on the show so far, but this is a little jump into there's this sort of section of speedrunning, Caesar, that I'd love to hear you talk about, which is like people that speedrun games that specifically, or rather they use controllers non-conventionally. So Caesar, I wanted to hear about how you heard about this, or how you decided to do drums instead of a normal controller.
Yeah, just unchecked it because it was checked. And it should be going all the way to the right. You still hear it? That's all right. So initially I started speedrunning Ocarina of Time on a controller. And I did that for a couple of months offline, just kind of, when the pandemic started. It was just a way to spend some time inside learning something cool, which was destroying a childhood favorite game. But then I started streaming on Twitch, and just like a fun experiment, I figured out how to connect my drums. So I'm actually the first person to have ever done that, and the first person to ever speedrun with a drum set. So it was like an invention of mine, and now I have 40 plus world records in drum percent.
Are you has anybody else stepped up to the plate? Has anybody else jumped to the Aki to follow your suit here on maybe not necessarily drum percent, but any other instrument?
There's definitely people that have tried unconventional controllers. So I think that was the original question. There are some people that play on Guitar Hero guitars. Recently, I streamed with someone who plays on a keytar.
Nice.
They were saying they're setting up an electronic aerophone or like a saxophone type of thing. And they're all, if it's instruments, they're all using a similar way to connect as I do with MIDI.
Sure.
Right. So this is technically MIDI gaming. But there's also some streamers that play with like dance pads and steering wheels. And I don't know if you've seen Super Louie, who does like, he does the Ring Fit runs. So he's played like Breath of the Wild while running.
That's awesome. I think I have seen that video actually. Well, fantastic, Caesar. I think we should dally no further. Why don't we jump right into this? And we are seeing the 16-star category today. So this will be a showcase of 16-star, which is the like very traditional Super Mario 64 category. I think it's the right length for this show since it includes resets and all that. But Caesar, do you have plans to do longer categories? Or have you done longer categories?
Yes, I've done 70-star and 120-star before. They're a lot harder to optimize, obviously, because on the drums, it just takes that much longer to learn a run, practice it, and actually do runs. But I hold a record in all three categories. I haven't done 0 or 1 star, but that's because the one of the tricks, SBLJ, as of now is not possible on drums. But it is possible to collect all 120 stars The first time I did it, it took 5.5 hours. And right now the PB is 4:20.
Excellent. Well, Caesar, actually, we're going to throw to just a quick tech break really quick, just so we can sort out the audio.
All right.
So gamers, stick around. Yep. We'll be right back. It'll be like no longer than 30 seconds, and the stream's not going to go down or anything. So just stay in chat, chill out, get excited for Drum Percent. We'll be back in like 30 seconds or a minute. Hello, everyone. We are back. We are here. PB Precipice, Caesar drums, you know the drill by now. He's playing the game on a drum set. Caesar, let's get this show on the road. Let's do it.
Let's go.
It's me, Mario.
Ready, set, and timer started.
It's me,
Great.
Mario.
Yeah, that actually reminds me. Usually when programs open in my computer, just to make all of this work. But I am playing on an actual N64. I have it right next to me. It's a Japanese version of SM64. So the true way to run this game on console and in Japanese.
The text save, ever important. Are there any other benefits to the Japanese version besides just text?
There's just a slight time save, but otherwise the game is identical. All right, first trick. I won't reset if I miss it, but this is notorious for being a run killer. Okay, we missed it. That's all right.
The Lakitu skip. You know, I think the interesting thing is that, like, for a lot of runs that appear on this show and on my other show, like, there's so much to explain. But with SM64, it's like, I think one of the reasons it's such an appealing speed game is because it's so, like, it is what it is. And
yep.
it's pretty clear, you know, what all is going on.
Absolutely. It's also one of the most popular speedrun games. So people have tried this game, you know, and to speedrun it. All right, missed the bomb clip. Pretty bad start actually, but I'll keep going because there's one more trick that can save us some time. And my PB actually has a horrible start. Or actually, I'm just gonna reset this one.
Yeah, you could reset as many times as you need. That's the beautiful thing.
I know. That's why I love this show. All right, let's start again.
The only GDQ show that you can just do whatever you want.
That's pretty neat. So yeah, like I said, I am playing on a real N64 console, and this was possible thanks to the task community. They actually gave me one of their task devices, and someone in the community wrote a script so that the device can listen for MIDI signals from my drum set and convert those to N64 controller signals. So that's why this whole thing is even possible. It's pretty cool, pretty neat.
So this is an electric drum set, I imagine.
Yes.
Be much more difficult if we were taking like 6 microphones, converting them to a MIDI signal, and then interpreting them.
I'm not gonna say that I'm not working on that, but
oh, let's go.
But yeah, as of now, all drum gaming has been done on electronic drum sets, which makes a lot of sense because anything MIDI really is just a controller. Actually, if you look up MIDI stuff online, most of them are called like MIDI controllers. So I just took that literally, and now I'm using it as a controller. All right, I'm going for bomb clip here. Missed it again. No problem. And the chain chomp. There you go. So my PV, it's actually pretty interesting. I would recommend you to watch it on my channel, but It has a terrible first half of the game, but a really clean second half. So I'm still feeling good about this.
Good.
So now one of the hardest things in drum percent is holding a direction because you have to roll on the drums. And for those musicians out there, I have to do a double stroke at 155 BPM. That's just something that came to be because of how the N64 pulls the controllers. But it's a fun drumming challenge as well.
Yeah, which buttons? I mean, I'll let you do the canonless here, but I'll ask my question in a second.
Oh, it's all right.
It's the beauty of canonless. You can miss it once.
Yep.
Yeah, is improvising pretty hard, I imagine?
Absolutely. So once I'm out from the usual strat, it's really hard to react. Just because Mario's movement, it stops, like his momentum stops if I'm not rolling correctly. So that can be a challenge too. Like his movement will stop completely. But yeah, I'll talk about the controls in a bit after this very nice canonless attempt. Let's go.
Very
but yeah,
nice.
So I have 4 drums in front of me. These are the up, down, left, right for Mario's movement. The rims of the drums actually are the C buttons. So anytime I'm changing cameras, you'll be seeing me hit the rims of the drums. How hard I hit the drums does matter, actually. If I hit them really soft, the joystick will go in a sort of ESS position and have very small movement, which is helpful for some strats in this game and others. And if I whack the drum as hard as possible, it'll actually toggle that direction. So I'll use that a couple times in the run. I won't always be rolling on a drum to make Mario move. And these were all just control options we put in to alleviate some of the endurance that it takes to do runs like these.
How often in between levels are you just like actually playing for fun?
Oh yeah, anytime that the game's not listening for inputs, I'll jam out. It's sort of self-soothing at this point.
Right, because a lot of it when you're just playing, I imagine, sounds like nonsense.
Oh yeah, it doesn't sound like anything. But there has been a demand for drum-only tracks, so I have uploaded a couple of those. Because it's interesting. It's just it seems like random noise, but there's actually a reason why I'm playing everything.
Right.
Which I think is what makes it cool. All right. Owless is possible on drums. Before I get the question, but I wouldn't consider it worth it for drum percent, just because it's such a small time save, and it is pretty difficult to get.
What is the time save on Owl? It's like 5 or 10 seconds, right?
No, it's like 3 to 4.
Oh wow.
And and you have to do it pretty. I mean, it's a precise trick. It's not an easy one, but I have done it, and currently hold the world record for that individual level. All right. Now we're going to CCM. We're gonna help a mother find her child.
Just the right thing to do.
Yep. Mario's a good guy, right?
Honestly, sometimes unclear.
Yeah.
Mercilessly murdering every person who's just trying to make a paycheck under Bowser.
I know. Have you heard that the bricks in the kingdom are toads that were turned into bricks by Bowser? pretty old news.
I have not heard this.
So what is Mario doing every time he breaks a brick?
Oh my god. Wait, is
Yeah,
this
dude.
canon?
It's canon. There's a manual for SMB. All right, I need to focus here.
Sure.
There's a manual on SMB that references that, I mean. How Bowser just turned all the toads into bricks.
I am frightened.
Yep. Weird angle there, but we're back. All right, this is where a big time save is possible in Dark World. I won't be doing reds. Again, very possible to do reds. It's just extremely difficult.
Yeah, how much, of the 16-star routing did you tweak to make it more drum viable?
I would say it actually started as a drum run, and slowly over time, it's looking more like a regular 16-star run. What I mean by that, I used to get like a lot of the easy castle stars. I was going for more easy stars and consistent stars versus speed, but so I used to get the Peach's Castle stars, the slides. Those are pretty easy. Let me focus here. And slowly but surely, I've been adding more and more tricks to the run. Like, we'll see in Shifting Sandland, I'm actually going to use Klepto to get the star, which is a pretty difficult strat. But I figured out how to do it consistently on the drum set. All right, first Bowser throw.
Oh god, Bowser throws.
And there you go. That's the first one.
It's like a great fill. That's great.
It's a beautiful fill. I'm using like a marching percussion technique to get those rolls going and get that joystick spinning. And there you go. There's that time save. And we're in green. We're on pace.
On pace, baby. Any pacers in the chat?
Hey. Any believers?
Oh, I'm
So, like-
believing.
So like I said, the first half of my PB is pretty sloppy. So this is good. This is good so far.
Yeah, there's a great question in chat here for you
Okay.
that I know you're going to be amped to answer. Do you run drum percent in any other games?
Absolutely. So actually, this month will be the 2-year anniversary of Ocarina of Time drum percent record. That is the first game I ever tried on the drums to speedrun, I mean. And so there's Ocarina of Time. I also hold the record for Breath of the Wild. Mr. Krabs overdoses on ketamine. One of those is not like the others. I've played Elden Ring before. I've played GTA. What else? Halo 2. Just a bunch of games, dude. Oh. Not a great setup here for for Klepto. Let's see if we can get to him in time. Yeah, so this is probably one of the hardest strats in the game. But that's all right. And we died. All right. I'm going to go for the hard strat one more time. But if I miss it, I'll probably reset. Let me focus here. There you go. And nope. All right, that'll be a reset then.
Hey,
Reset.
that's how it works.
That's how it works.
So, everybody, I just got to say while Caesar resets here, if you've been enjoying what you're seeing, Caesar does not have the following he should. This stuff is so cool. Twitch.tv/Caesar_drums. The Twitch link is in the description. If you're on YouTube, you probably know by now, but it is in the description. Please give this man a follow, and let's blow it up. It's time for instrumental speedruns to have a renaissance, or maybe just a naissance rather than a renaissance. Anyway,
midi
sans. Wait, are your lights changing every time there's a follow? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, that's what's happening. Thank you guys for the follow.
I started to realize that might be what's occurring.
All right, let's get this Lakitu skip. Very nice. Still a very trolly trick, don't worry.
There might be, though, I think one thing that's kind of interesting about this is that one thing you actually might benefit from in doing drums rather than a controller with an analog stick is pure directions.
Absolutely, yep. That's definitely one of the pluses. So for tricks like cannonless, where you have to hold straight down, it's actually a plus. Because it's really easy to hold straight down. Ah, rip! Definitely, again, one of the harder drum percent strats right there. So another thing I wanted to add is the drum controls, because I think not only do I have to be good at speedrunning and drumming, there's also an aspect of controller design. So for example, I can press B with my hands or with my feet. And what I mean by that is if I hit this China cymbal, Mario will punch or dive. But I also have a pedal for my left foot. That's what you hear there. And that also presses B. So I have options depending on what my hands are doing. And here I whacked this tom, so Mario is moving straight forward by himself.
And then do you have Z on the bass drum?
Bass drum is tied to A, so Mario's jumps. Okay. And then I have Z mapped to my hi-hat pedal. Yeah, so anytime, these are my hi-hat pedals right here, or my hi-hats. If I hit them, the cymbals themselves, it presses start, which I typically don't use unless I'm practicing. But then if I close the pedals themselves, then that presses Z. So right here, they're closed so I can chain those long jumps.
Oh, that's really nice.
Yep. And that's also been like a fun part of doing a drum percent run. Since no one else has done it before, I designed the controls to work with my style of playing as well. So it's just my drum set setup, what I'm comfortable playing, like what rudiments. Rudiments are just like basic drumming essentials, I guess. But I've had to change my drumming too to be able to do speed drumming, which is not the official term, but one of the terms. All right. This is looking really good.
We love to hear that.
Of course. We didn't get bomb clip, but we got Lakitu and cannonless. There's also an added challenge with playing with instruments, just because there's a little bit of lag in the controls versus playing on a regular controller. So sometimes you just have to guess where Mario's gonna go. All right, we might be a little bit behind in this star. but we have plenty of time to make up in Dark World.
So yeah, in this run, I mean, I know you said that your PB sort of had like a strong early game and weaker late game. Where are the big time saves? First Bowser throw, you said?
Actually, had a sloppy first half, good second half.
Okay, so the reverse.
Yeah, and the biggest time save is in Dark World for sure. And I think CCM, but mostly Dark World. I don't know if you saw, well, I don't know if you guys can see my splits, but I had done Dark World in this last attempt 44 seconds faster. Like, big time save there.
Wow.
All right, it's time to save the baby. All right, did an extra ledge grab, but we're off. No! Not the baby.
Not the
I'll keep going.
baby.
That's what happens when you leave your baby to an Italian plumber to save him.
Have you seen The Mandalorian?
I have not, but I've heard great things about it, actually.
Okay, so there is this character in at least the first season. I don't know, I've only seen the first season. There's this character who's like an Imperial commander, like an old Imperial commander or something. And it is played by, it's so funny to me every time. There's this German film director from, like, he was prominent in Europe and in the Americas, I guess, in the like late 1900s, like, 20th century.
Yeah.
His name's Werner Herzog, and he plays this like commander in this Star Wars show. Anyway, it's very funny to me. He's a very peculiar fellow. But there is this moment where he just says, "I would like to see the baby." And it's in the middle of this like serious scene, and every time I hear the words "the baby" now, I'm just like,
damn
I think of that.
It's cursed every time now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've heard really good things about the show, though. So
I didn't love it, but the beginning of it is really strong.
better than the Obi-Wan series.
I'm a little behind on Obi-Wan. I've seen like 2 or 3 episodes. I think it's all right.
All right.
It's not blowing my socks off, but I love Ewan McGregor, and I like Star Wars, so...
There you go. And that's a reset.
Also, gamers, worth mentioning that we now do have Caesar's splits up on the screen. So, each time he resets and everything, you'll be able to follow along. But for those of you that aren't really familiar with how live split works or what all the numbers mean, those individual splits are his segment times. So, like, sort of, where he was at when that segment was completed in his PB. And then previous segment just shows the delta on his last segment, how much time he saved or lost. Current pace is if he holds the same pace, what time he will get. And sum of best segments is all the best times he's ever gotten across any run in each individual segment combined. So 1930 is the sort of best possible time based on his current golds, we call them. And then 258 in the top right is the number of attempts. So he's done nearly 300 attempts at this category.
I'm sure that number is way higher because I've used different live split files, so it's probably closer to like 500. But yeah, I've been speedrunning this for 2 years now, actually. I say as I miss, like it's too scared. Damn it. But yeah, definitely one of the challenges on drums and in any 3D game that you play on the drums, it's movement's pretty hard to get very precise since I can only hold up down right left. But there's ways to get around that, and the Talon Star is a good example of that. But of course, anytime you add complexity, then there's chances for mistakes. But there you go, we got a bomb clip.
Very nice.
Oh, I think I missed Lakitu skip in my record run. I mean, I'm telling you, the first half is absolute trash. It's great.
It's always nice to see greens early.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Good punch. All right, back in Womps. Let's go.
You know, not to bring up the cursed technology or anything, but I had a stress stream about this run last night.
No. You had a stress stream?
Yeah, I had I had many stress streams last night for some reason. Like I had like 3, one of which was absolutely horrible and lasted so long, like in the span of an entire day, and it was absolutely miserable. But the stress stream about this was, I think it was very short. It was just like, there was a lot of moving parts and it didn't go very well. And I don't know if that was like a premonition for the first half, but I always knew things would even out, and the show's going great.
Bet. How long have you been hosting this show?
Challenger Approaching started December 7th, 2020, and PB Precipice started, the official run of the show started October 31st, 2021. So this show has been going on for 8 months. This guy is kind of good, I'll say. Follow him on Twitch, twitch.tv/Caesar Drum, CZR.
Very nice. An added bonus to doing runs on the drum set is that I've gotten messages from people who saw one of my runs or clips, and that got them to try speedrunning, because their logic was, if this guy can do it on a drum set, then I can probably do it on controller. So it's also been kind of cool to see.
I think that's some fair logic.
Yeah, I think so.
I will not succumb to the Martin baseball talk in chat. I will not do it.
Ooh, nice. Clean tower.
Nice. Man, we got to get you on Donkey Konga. I feel like you just ripped that game to shreds.
What, like Donkey Kong 100%?
No, you don't know Donkey Konga?
Oh, yes, I do. I thought you meant
Donkey
like,
Kong drumming game.
Yeah. Actually, that's another popular controller with the atypical players.
Right, because it already has like a GameCube input.
Yeah, yep. But yeah, rhythm games is something I haven't tried on stream, weirdly enough.
Yeah, I'd love to see you on Rock Band on the drums. I'm sure we would all be put to shame.
It's been a while since I've done it. I actually always preferred playing guitar in Rock Band, just because, like, as a drummer, my hands start doing other stuff. So I suck at the drums, actually.
I feel like that makes sense, though, because, Guitar Hero and Rock Band, these games are not designed with, like, actual instrumentation in mind so much. So, like, it would make sense that a master drummer or something would not, like, love playing on the drums. That makes sense.
Damn it. Not again. The baby. Sorry, I'm gonna keep doing that.
I want to see the baby. I'm gonna pull that clip up for you for the break.
Bet. All right, I won't reset just yet. We do have death, but I think we can make up some good time in Dark World. So let's see. Yep.
Good God, just I'm not hearing the drums since I'm just listening over Discord, but occasionally I'll unmute your stream to hear it, and you're playing a lot of notes.
Yeah, so like I said, to move Mario, I gotta do that double stroke.
Right.
And then cameras, any rims or symbols. Yeah, man, it got pretty complex over time. And just to put it into perspective, the first 16-star run I ever completed took 1 hour and 26 minutes. And obviously now my PB is under 22. So there's been a lot of time saves over the last year and a half. Let's get that Bowser throw.
A question in chat that I feel like maybe I already know the answer to, but regardless, let's hear it. Well, after the Bowser throw, of course.
There you go.
Has speedrunning on drums made you a better drummer?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah, I would say so. Because I had to work on my cleanliness when playing and my endurance. So a lot of times when I'm doing runs, I mean, I'm playing for 4 to 5 hours at a time. And before I used to not be able to do that. When I first started, after 2 hours, I was pretty much toast. Since I'm like hitting so many drums and, you know, my brain power too. I had to think speedrunning and drumming. But I think over time, it's made me a better drummer, just because I've had to relearn a bunch of fundamentals, and you know, if I have bad posture, for example, I will feel it the next day. So it's important to play with good posture to not get hurt. So just from that, my drumming has gotten better. And I play mostly like heavy music, fast power music. So yeah, this is up my alley.
Yeah.
All right, we got the talent star.
Are you in like a band or anything, or at present, or are you doing mostly solo stuff? Like, what does the music making look like for you right now?
At the moment, these are the only drum solos that I'm working on, right? So no band at the moment. Every now and then I'll play with people at work. But so far I've been flying mostly solo.
Nice.
Though there is talks about making an instrument gaming band. That would be pretty interesting. Maybe at a future GDQ, we can have a whole band playing, you know, like Mario or something. Just random notes.
I love that. How does he move? I don't understand. So this is an electronic drum kit, and the signals that are going into, I presume first your computer,
Yes.
are then going into a MIDI controller, MIDI, MIDI. And so the MIDI controller is converting these signals, or rather converting the signals into, like, you know, things a computer can read as inputs. And that is being changed to a controller output, and then that's being put through like a TAS device. to go into the controller port so that the controller basically, through like a series of arrays, a complicated system, can read the electronic drum kit inputs as controller inputs. So each individual like piece of the drum set is corresponding to a different button or analog stick direction or whatever.
Yep. That was a great explanation.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. Absolutely.
It's funny using the words MIDI controller, but as an actual controller.
I'm telling you, I just took it literally. But I did not intend for this to become a thing when I first started it. I just remember, I had just gotten maybe a sub 25-minute run in Ocarina of Time, and I felt pretty comfortable with all the tricks. So when I started doing it, dabbling with the run on drums, I just went through all the tricks necessary to beat the game. And within a couple hours, I was doing, a lot of the strats. And I realized, like, oh my gosh, this actually isn't that bad. This actually makes sense.
There's a question in chat. Is there much input delay?
There is some, which does make it a little difficult sometimes to get very precise tricks. But we're talking about, I actually don't know the exact number, but it will be close to maybe 10 to 20 milliseconds. It's not too bad, actually. But it does feel different from a regular controller. I missed the exit star there. That's a pretty tricky star since it's a diagonal angle I have to long jump to. So basically what I'm doing is I'm just rolling on two drums, hoping that the analog lands in an almost perfect diagonal. There you go. All right, we're green out of HMC. That's new.
Let's go.
All right, let's get MIPS.
Oh God, MIPS. I feel like improvising if you miss would be tough.
Well, actually, here's this very, very easy, very consistent strat that I use as backup.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you just go to a specific texture, and you'll always get them.
Do you run games normally before running them on the drums, or do you now start with the drums, someone asks?
I've done all kinds of different approaches, but the way I approach games now is learning on a controller first, because I realized that learning games is actually a lot easier on a controller, and translating that to the drums makes it a whole lot easier once I actually know the run.
Nice MIPS clip.
But Super Mario 64 actually started only on drums. For at first, I actually didn't start learning the game on a regular controller until months after. But this was still pretty early in my drum percent career, so I wasn't sure yet what approach worked, which ones didn't. But I have been paying attention, and a good case study is Breath of the Wild. Took me about a month to learn it on a controller, and within a couple of weeks I was able to do it on a drum set. And it's a much more complicated. I mean, I don't know if I would call it more complicated than SM64, but it's definitely a tough one. It had a lot of controller inputs and a lot of controller design problems that we had to solve. And I say we because the person from the task community who helped me connect to the N64 still helps me to this day for controller design. For example, his name is Onosaurus. He helped me connect to an NES, and a couple weeks ago, I did the very first speed drum of SMB.
Speed drum.
Speed drum.
That's so funny.
All right, missed the dive here. No problem. Should be good. Playing with fire here. What? Okay. A weird side
Wow.
flip there.
What was
I don't
that
know.
side flip?
I don't know what that was. I mean, it's possible to pull those off, but it, No. All right, didn't make it. Rip.
Early cycle
so
always
close.
killer.
Yeah, well, I do normal cycles, so this is. I mean, yes.
Yes. How does holding down inputs work? Say if you need to hold down A or B.
So if I have to hold A, actually, never in the run do I have to hold B. So I don't have that program. But for A, I have a couple of options. I have a pedal that I can just, that works like a sustain pedal. So you can press down and hold it for as long as possible. That is tied to A. So that's one option. Also, this cymbal, if I pinch it, it has a different sensor from the regular cymbal sensor. And that can also be pressed and released whenever I want. That is also tied to A. All right, I missed this throw. Just a little early on the throw, but we're gonna go for a strat here.
Oh,
See if that
regrab?
works. And we jump over him and give him that bomb. All right. Okay. Oh, I don't have a BLJ split. Okay, I need to remember that. But I think we can still PB actually. All right, BLJ time.
Are BLJs easier or harder on drums?
Easier.
Yeah, because the rolling must be so nice.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm actually gonna use my feet. I have a double bass pedal.
Oh, that'll help too.
Yep. All right, didn't catch there. But as you can see, I have to hold my hi-hats down with my hand. That's to get Z pressed. And then the A button is tied to my foot. And we programmed it so that I can spam. There you go. So I can spam the A button as fast as I want and get those fast hits required for BLJs.
Nice.
But it used to be harder to do the BLJs on the drums. And again, since none of this is meant to work, I could only press or I could only spam a certain amount of speed. But we found a workaround. But those are the types of like drumming innovations that we've had to do. Drum control innovations. All right. All right. All right, this is also another strat. Okay, never mind. Ah, damn it. So I accidentally hit a camera there, which happens, and that's what I mean. My drumming has to be like precise, making sure I don't hit anything I'm not supposed to. We'll wait for the elevator. Oh my gosh! Rip. Okay, I think that means run, but I'll try something real quick.
Also, worth mentioning, if you reset or finish this one, we'll probably take the first break right after.
All right, that sounds good. All right, I am gonna attempt something. See if it works. Oh my gosh! Yes. All right.
Let's go.
I've never done that in a run. First time. So I found out that trick was possible a couple weeks ago. Like I didn't know it was till recently.
Big hype.
Big hype. All right, I have two strats for Bowser. One is heavily RNG dependent, and that's the first one I'm gonna show. Very good RNG actually. So he has a 50-50 chance that he will jump to try to do some damage or run towards you. And so we use that to get Bowser to run towards the bomb. There he jumped, so we lose 7 seconds per jump. But it's possible to get 0 jumps, and that is almost as fast as just throwing him 3 times cleanly. But obviously, heavy RNG dependency. It's not a lot of fun. So just depending on the run, I'll choose one or the other.
That makes sense.
And I have to choose because throwing him cleanly 3 times is actually very difficult on drums. There you go. And that is a full drum percent run.
GG Caesar. Gamers, get your GGs out in chat, but the good news is the gaming isn't over. We're just gonna take a quick break here, so go grab some water, stretch your legs, all that good stuff. We're gonna be right back in just a few moments with more Caesar drums, more Mario 64 played on drums, and more PB Precipice right after this.
Peace.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to PB Precipice. My name is Adef, and we're showing off Super Mario 64 16-star drum percent today. Really quick, just some announcements. If you are watching on YouTube, please go to twitch.tv/GamesDoneQuick if you're interested in looking at our live content starting weeknights at 7 p.m. Eastern and weekends at 1 p.m. Eastern. And of course, Frame Fatales will be having its next all-woman speedrunning event, Flame Fatales, in late August. Type !FF in Twitch chat or go to GamesDoneQuick.com/FrameFatales for more info. Okay, everybody, we got to welcome back Caesar, who is showing off. First of all, every time I say your name, I don't know if you've seen JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but I think of just JoJo from Part 2 yelling, Caesar!
Oh, yeah. I have. It's glorious.
But Caesar, welcome back. And Caesar said that he wanted to show off a little tutorial, a little demo for all of you as to how the controls work. So Caesar, take it away.
Yeah, so a few of you in chat have asked how this works, and there's no one else that plays games with drums like this, so I'll go ahead and explain. I have 4 drums that act as up, down, right, and left. So here's down, here's up, right, and left. To actually get Mario to move consistently, though, I have to roll fast enough on the drums. And as you see, if the input display is up, I'm holding that direction, depending on the drum that I'm holding. Now, my bass drum is tied to A. If I hit really soft, he does a very short jump. And if I hit really hard, he'll do a bigger jump. So I have that option anytime I'm playing. Then the cymbals are programmed to other buttons. Here's B. There's a pedal on my left foot that's also tied to B. My hi-hat pedals are Z. So if I wanted to do a long jump, for example, forward, I'll roll on this drum, hi-hat, and then bass drum, like that. And that's how that works. The edges of the drums, the rims, control the C buttons. Up is C up, right is C right, so on and so forth. And that's pretty much it. That's how the controls work. I can move Mario very slowly, which I use in like canonless, like this. And that's if I roll on the drums really, really softly. But if I whack it, then it toggles that direction. So I have that option at all times when playing. And that's pretty much it. That's the basic controls. There might be like nuances here and there, but this wasn't designed to work. So the fact that it does is very exciting.
Fantastic. Well, Caesar, whenever you're ready to give more 16-star attempts a go, let's see it. We were so close to a PB in the last run. Just got to clutch it out. Let's see it happen.
All right. Let's start another one. 3, 2, 1. I don't know what Mario was doing. That looked interesting.
Let's get some GLHFs in chat. What's the scariest moment in the run for you?
At the moment, it's BLJs. It's just so easy to lose time there. And there's ways to do the BLJ to increase the consistency, but there's still a slight RNG factor to it. So depending on how Mario's butt feels that day, could ruin the runs. But I do spend the most time in the beginning section because of Lakitu Skip, Bomb Clip, and Cannonless. Those are usually the defining tricks. If I don't get any of them, I will usually reset. So there's spots at the end of the run, spots at the beginning of the run, but overall not too shabby. I remember when I was speedrunning Ocarina of Time, there's the wrong warp, and if you fail that, it's reset, which I thought was very brutal when I was running it. All right, we got the bomb clip.
Very nice.
And we're a little ahead. Sounds good.
Do you have an auto splitter running, or are you splitting manually?
I'm splitting manually. I have a percussion pad, also works as MIDI, but it's actually not connected to the N64. It's just connected to my PC so I can do different things. So on stream, if you hear a gong, this is not the gong behind me. When I'm splitting, it's the gong on the pad. So I just do that. I've tried auto splitter to set it up, and I've not had good luck with it. I really don't know why.
Huh.
Though
I've never used
amazing.
it, but
All right, we got bomb clip and cannonless. Usually a good start.
gamers, if you do have any questions for Caesar, feel free to drop them in the chat, and I will forward them on if they're good, of course.
Yeah, don't give me any bad questions, okay?
Hey, well,
I'm kidding.
Yeah, he drum rolls his own tricks.
Cannonless is literally a drum roll. Snare drum roll.
And then, hit the hi-hat when you get the star.
Or anytime I miss a trick, I can just go ba-doom, ding.
Can he do this on Dark Souls?
I have played Elden Ring. I haven't tried Dark Souls yet. But I beat 2 bosses in Elden Ring, which I think is pretty good.
I think that is pretty good.
It was a lot of mashing and rolling and literally rolling.
Here's a good question. What got you into drums? Not for speedrunning, but as a musician.
Yeah, great question. There was this girl I was dating in 6th grade
Classic.
who who invited me to some drum lessons at her church, right? And I was like, oh, hell yeah, dude.
I'll go anywhere.
Anywhere. It doesn't matter what is. I'm kidding. But yeah, I sort of fell in love with playing drums. I started watching drummers on YouTube. This was on very early days. No! All right, I didn't follow it.
Oh.
This is early days of YouTube. So drummers were posting their covers, and it was a really cool time to be learning drums, honestly, because you can watch all kinds of drummers, all kinds of styles, and I fell in love with heavy metal music. So after I started learning 3 Days Grace songs in Linkin Park and all of that, then I started venturing out. And ever since, I've always played drums. I started when I was 12. So it's been, like 15 years. Oop. Come back, birdie. Yeah, I just love it. It's one of the instruments that I always enjoyed playing. I did try guitar for a while, piano as well. But drums always stuck with me. And I've done marching, percussion, studio percussion. And try to exit out here.
See, now this is an example of a question that I'm not so sure of. No
right.
judgment to the asker, but I think they would agree it's a dumb question. Caesar, would you ever add a drum for you to headbutt? What would you make the input?
Yes. And I think there's been an instance of that, actually.
Like where you had to hit something with your head?
Yes. And I remember maybe in the first couple of months that I was doing this, I got a headband and a drumstick. And I was hitting the B button with my head. So anytime I had to throw Bowser, I would headband. Boss. And that was it. So
nice. All right, so maybe it wasn't a dumb question. Maybe it was just fine.
It wasn't.
I apologize for my judgment.
Great. All right, I think this is a reset. Rip. Yeah, so this game, for those of you who aren't familiar with SM64 speedrunning, after any stage, you typically want to do a no save and continue. It saves you a couple of frames. But you always run the risk of saving and quitting, which is what just happened. All right, let's give this another go.
Yeah.
Ready, set. That's all right. That's all right.
Can we hear a nice little solo in the intro?
Sure, yeah.
Loved it.
Oof. Thank you. I didn't love that. I don't like the sound of missing like a disco. Doesn't go well with the drums, I think.
I've always
I'm gonna-
really admired the drums, like as an instrument.
Yep.
It's one that I wish I had taken the time to learn. Especially jazz drumming is something I've always been really interested in. But we never owned a drum kit, and rather difficult instrument, I think, to find the right teacher for. So
Yes, I agree. Pretty high, pretty steep learning curve, I would say.
Mario.
I believe that.
Camera reset. Resetting.
Yeah, you're good.
That's how this category is.
We have we're basically just using your timer, so you can reset whenever.
Oh, that. Yeah. Let me see. Oh, dots. Input capture? Are you talking about my input display or game?
Yep, we know about the audio gamers. Just give us a second, please.
Oh, is it audio? Thank you, Elgato. Okay. Yeah. Let me see. See, I'm gonna change my cropping real quick.
Should be able to just select the source in OBS and deactivate it and reactivate it. Oh yeah, you have to go to the thing. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, how's this?
That seems to have helped.
Yeah, I think so. Cool. All right, let's.
It looks like
reset
power
this.
cycling the console is something that it does not like.
It's me, Mario.
Yeah, that's interesting. It honestly could be a capture card issue because the one I have is fairly new, right? Me thinking I'm upgrading, but you know,
Are
never
you using
know
a
with
Are
these
you using a
kinds of things.
RetroTink? Are you using an
Yes.
Elgato capture card? Those do not
Yes.
play well.
I
Yeah,
didn't
neither
know
did
that.
I. I also have a RetroTink and an Elgato.
Yeah.
Apparently they like they do play nicely, but there are like small inconsistencies. Like for me, it happens when I play on when I use the RetroTink in my Elgato, they desync over time, audio wise.
Oh, I think that's what's happening right here. Honestly,
Yeah, it's just a fun little. My solution was. What was my solution? I don't know. I've never had this stuttering thing though. That's a different. That's a different piece.
yeah.
Somebody
Or might
asks, would you say that you have a natural talent for percussion, or would you say that you got where you are in percussion with more hard work? I ask because a teacher once told me that it's either that you can do it naturally or that you... Okay, well, I don't agree with that. Hang on. There's a quote here from their teacher. It says, it's either that you can do it naturally or you can never do it. That's just not true. Pretty much anybody can do anything. I'm a firm believer in that. There's definitely natural talent, sure, but I believe the quote that gets quoted, and I've said this on the show before, on the back... What?
I just got a gold split.
Nice.
Yes. All right. Sorry, I had to interrupt because that was a 10-second gold split.
No, that was so fast. That's so good, dude.
Oh my goodness. Sorry, I didn't.
No, you're good. I was just gonna say that the talent that's on the back of like every cross country team T-shirt at a high school cross country meet is hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. So yeah, I don't know, Caesar. What do you think?
Pure talent. There's no one else that can do. No, I mean, definitely it's been a mix of both. It's something that's kind of hard to show whenever I have like a full-time job and I don't stream too often. but I do put a lot of hours of practice for the runs, both drumming and speedrunning. So I think it's been consistency is probably the best way I can put it. It's not that I'm only talented or that I only put hard work. I just consistently do this. And, you got to trust your brain to figure things out over time. And that's kind of how this has been working, really.
Yeah, whether you're learning a language or learning math or just learning any new skill, just give it time and work hard and you'll get there.
Now, I'm never going to play in the NBA because I'm a short dude, right?
Right.
So, so clearly, some people have physical limitations, which is understandable. But something like speedrunning, like I want to show that anyone can do it and can even do it in their own way. So I don't know. What's some of your hobbies, Adef? What's your favorite hobby? Speedrunning.
Well, I've been speedrunning for 10 years.
Whoa.
So that, I guess. But now it's like my job. So I don't know. It is still a hobby, though. What are other hobbies? I've started climbing in the last year.
Oh, nice.
That's been really fun, and I started off really bad and am now okay. So that's something that, took time and dedication. I don't know. What do I do in my free time? Mostly just work on stream and write Speedrunners and Dragons and work on this. Free time is a mystery to me. I guess acting and comedy is my other passion. And that's also a thing that you just have to study and work hard and get experience doing to be good at. And that's a constant uphill battle. I'm not saying I'm good or great or anything. Just constantly learning new things. I was going to quote this statistic to you, though, about the NBA. There is... hang on. Okay, yeah, this is it. Listen to this. The probability of, and this is, I'm taking this quote from a website that I'm not, it's on Forbes, but I don't know. This is a statistic I heard from a friend of mine a few years ago, and it makes me laugh every time I think about it. I'm just going to quote it for you now. While the probability of, say, an American between 6'6" and 6'8" being an NBA player today stands at a mere 0.07%, if you are over 7 feet tall, there is a 17% chance you will be in the NBA, like at some point in your lifetime.
What?
If you're over 7 feet tall, there's nearly 1 in 5 that you will play in the NBA.
I mean, they're like, they're targeting those people for sure. So that's interesting. I think what we've just answered is that it's a mix of both, life RNG and talent and hard work. It's a mix of a lot of things.
For sure.
But yeah, I would say consistency is what's helped me the most with speedrunning. And I'm sure you have felt that as well. Just over time, games start feeling smoother and you start kind of understanding the mechanics and how to exploit them.
Oh, yeah. Like, I started speedrunning Breath of the Wild in like March or April of 2020. And it was like a struggle to get sub 2 hours at first. And now I have a 33-minute any percent time. So like,
ooh, nice.
Over time, things just click and, once you're at the point where you feel you can comfortably improvise, I feel that's where you can tell that you've made a lot of progress.
Yeah.
Railcoon, our producer, says, I got scouted for high school volleyball entirely because I was friendly with the coach and I was tall. He just asked if I was doing anything after school one day and dragged me to practice. That's a big vibe.
Yep.
I love volleyball a lot. It's one of my favorite sports. But we didn't have a men's volleyball team at my high school. And I ran cross country and track. But a friend of mine found a loophole. There's this thing in Missouri called MISHA, which is like the Missouri High School Sports Association that does all the like logistics. and found a loophole that if your school didn't offer a sports team for your gender or your sex, you could join the team that does exist. So I was gonna join the women's volleyball team because I wanted to play volleyball so bad, but I was too committed to running.
That's funny though. That would have been really cool though.
I love volleyball. I adore it. It's such a fun sport.
I played a lot of soccer growing up. That's my poison of choice.
I love soccer too.
Yeah. Played it competitively for a long time. But then I switched to drumming in high school, like as a focus.
Sure. What position is your position of choice in soccer?
10. I've always been trash at defending because I'm a pretty small dude. So I would get bodied pretty easily as a defender. But, when it came to creativity and plays, that was my thing.
Nice.
And passes. Okay, that was a okay Dark World and Bowser 1, but we're actually coming out 30 seconds ahead, which is pretty good. I can work with that.
Nice. Someone wants to know who your favorite soccer club is.
Juventus. Juventus.
Yeah.
A la Madrid. Though I am a big Ronaldo fan too.
How can you not be?
He's a tank and a beast.
I'm kind of partial to Messi.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I don't follow soccer, football, very, very heavily. So I find myself just kind of enjoying games when they're on. I think I pay more attention to like national games, like when the US plays.
Yep.
But I'm a Sporting KC fan through and through.
Ooh, yeah. Good. All right, we're gonna go for back up here. Since the shy guy decided to move, I'm gonna go for it again.
I've had the pleasure of being alive for Sporting KC winning the MLS Cup, the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl, and the Royals winning the World Series.
All your teams?
All my teams.
Dude, lucky.
While I lived in the city as well.
I've seen Ronaldinho play.
Really? Was that when he was in the US or?
No, when he was still at Barcelona.
Nice.
He went to Houston, Texas, actually, to play a Mexican team. And every time he would touch the ball, everyone would like yell and go crazy, even though he wasn't doing anything.
Well,
he was just being Ronaldinho.
Yeah, I feel like with soccer as big as it is internationally, like literally people like Ronaldinho, Messi, Ronaldo, Pele, like these guys are some of the most famous people ever to live.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know that Cristiano Ronaldo has like the biggest following on Instagram? He's the #1
of anybody
person. Yes.
I would have thought it'd be like one of the Kardashians or something.
Oh yeah. I would have thought so too.
I'm gonna check his
This
followers.
man's a brand. My guess it's like 26 million. I forgot.
Oh no, it's got to be way more than that.
I think so.
Cristiano Ronaldo has 453 million followers on Instagram.
Wow. Yep. A lot more than that. Had a bit of a camera mishap there, but we're good. So something I've noticed could be a drum percent thing, but obviously I get tired as I'm playing,
right?
So I get a little bit more sloppy. And one of the things that happens is I kind of start slouching over a little bit. Bad drumming technique. But because of that, I start hitting cameras. So precise drumming is essential too. If I drop my elbows a bit, I'm gonna start hitting things I'm not supposed to.
Have you had to learn any new drumming techniques to be able to physically complete some parts of speedruns, like certain fills you didn't know before, or like, you know, things like that?
Yeah, the Bowser throws. Bowser throws were one of those. It was the last thing that I figured out how to do before I started running this game. Just because it was difficult to get that spinning motion. And you know, a really cool drum beat came out of it, I think.
Yeah.
That I didn't intend to. And it's a technique that I haven't used since marching band. So that's pretty cool too. But yeah, even with BLJs, having that consistent double bass hits, that also helps.
Gamers, reminder, please do follow Caesar Drums on Twitch, twitch.tv/CZR_drums. I promise you will not regret it.
Mips, no! Why do you do this to me? Let's go over here. All right. Let's try this again. Slide, and we have the yellow dog. Now, my ultimate goal with this category is to get a sub 20 run. That would be amazing. And as you can see, with the splits that I have, it is possible, but it would take an insane run to get a time like that. But yeah, if you follow me on Twitch, I'll be doing attempts live for first sub 21 and then sub 20.
Mips and Mips clips seems so nuts on drums.
Hey, but it works. That's the important thing. All right, we'll be doing some lag reduction here by playing a blast beat between my tom and my snare drum. Swimming is definitely one of the harder things to do in this game, especially when there's a lot of lag. There you go. Yeah, that's a hard one. It's a hard one to get clean right there.
The lag in DDD is just really something else.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess I didn't really think about that. Like having to drum at a different rhythm during laggy sections.
Yeah, it changes the timing of the swimming, and it's really hard to like get consistently, since I actually haven't programmed a way to hold down a C button, so I'm just like spamming the hell out of it. So it makes lag reduction a little bit challenging, especially in the swimming sections. But one thing I've tried before, and I might actually do it again at some point, is using a metronome while I'm doing runs. Oh my god, this throw hasn't been a good throw today. It's all right. We got a solid backup here. All right. We just got to bait him. Come on. And that is Bowser 2. All right, bulge time BLJs or drum BLJs. Nice grab. All right, kind of a bad angle, but try again. Oh. So when I'm doing BLJs, I'm actually not rolling on the drums to get Mario to move. Everything is toggled at this point. And it's something that I hit a certain symbol to switch it between normal and toggle mode. There you go. So I just switched back to normal mode. Now I have to roll to get Mario moving. And I'm gonna switch back to toggle for this BLJ coming up. I hope I'm not speaking French. Oh, nice.
I don't have to imagine Elden Ring on drums. He's done it.
Yeah, I have some clips on Twitter if anyone's interested in looking. No, missed it. All right, I went for left side because we're really close to record, but I missed it. It's all right. It's a really hard trick. So we'll go for my backup. All right, we're in. All right, we're not gonna get PB here, but it's gonna be pretty close. I'm gonna go for the RNG strat. Let's see how good Bowser is to us. All right, no jumps. Again, there's a 50-50 chance that he'll run towards me, which is what we want. If not, he'll jump and waste some time. Typical Bowser. Oh, perfect RNG. Very nice. All right, a 22x run. Not bad.
Very nice. You're getting so close.
I know, it's pretty close, actually. It's the end game that's pretty clean already.
All right.
2, 2, 3.
I think we'll take another break here if that's all right with you.
Yep. That works.
Excellent. All right, gamers, don't go anywhere. We will be right back with more Caesar drums, more Mario 64 16-star played on a drum kit, and more PB Precipice with me, Adef, right after this. Don't go anywhere. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Games Done Quick Hotfix. This is PB Precipice. My name is Adef, and we have Caesar Drums joining us, showing off Super Mario 64 16-star drum percent. We've had 2 runs that were very close to PB, which is also world record for drum percent, so we're going to see if we can't close it out here. A few quick announcements, though. If you are watching on YouTube, please go to twitch.tv/GamesDoneQuick if you're interested in looking at our live content, starting weeknights at 7 p.m. Eastern and weekends at 1 p.m. Eastern. And Summer Games Done Quick, SGDQ, is coming up June 26th to July 3rd. Prize submissions are now open. Go to GamesDoneQuick.com for more info. And with that, Caesar, please take it away.
All right, 3, 2, 1, start.
Let's go, GLHF. Let's see it, chat. Wanted to give you the breathing room of playing the drums there with the intro. It's fun every time.
Yep. All right, Miss Lakitu. It's all right. Yeah, that's usually the time for me to like go zen.
Right.
For the run. It's kind of nice. Nice. That's a wall. Oh, good start. Close the hi-hats a little too early. That's all right.
Yeah, so for anybody just joining us, Caesar is controlling the game with his electric drum kit through a series of clever technical innovations. But basically the bottom line is inputs are tied to various drum components.
All right, I'm probably going to reset this run. Yeah, so usually if I miss 2 out of the 3 beginning tricks, I'll reset. Which is Lakitu, Bomb, and Cannonless.
So this is PB Precipice. There's a question in chat about why is he redoing the run. This is PB Precipice. So this is a GDQ show that I run that is the principal idea of the show is that runners are allowed to reset with the express purpose of getting a personal best. So it's like a proper speedrunning stream. They reset, they show off attempts, and they go for everything. So that's the idea.
Pretty sloppy entrance, but I'll be going for bomb clip. So we get it. Yep.
Run's looking nice so far.
Mario does kiss a wall, but I'll let that slide. Alright. Didn't have enough momentum there. It's alright. What? Alright, that was hacks.
Here we go.
Just went under the star. I don't know how. Alright, this will probably be a reset.
All good.
But before that. No! Okay, I might do it later. Cool. I was going for Owless. Again, another trick that is possible on drums, just not run viable. But I do have a channel point reward on my channel that you can redeem, where I have to do Owless in the following attempt. So that's fun too.
I like that. Well, if gamers want to make that happen, they should start accruing channel points by following. Did you know you get 300 free channel points for following CZR drums? It's true. Go follow.
300. I think someone asked earlier if there's a little bit of input delay, which there is. And one of the consequences of that is anytime I'm chaining long jumps, I'm actually hitting the button before Mario hits the floor. So that's one interesting thing, I would say. About playing with some lag.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, that's also a thing that we deal with in speedrunning, I think, for like a lot of various different things.
Yeah.
Like input delay for various monitors or consoles or whatever. And, you know, there are definitely those of us that are tech snobs about like retro gaming. And like, oh, I have to play latency free. But like, the human brain can actually adapt so well over time to various setups. Like, you know, yes, there might be some latency in Caesar's like inputs. However, I feel like over time it almost will feel latency free if you play it for long enough.
Yeah. Yep. Though I have considered getting like a CRT monitor or something for the true experience.
Oh, you're also playing on a non-CRT?
Yes, non-CRT here.
Well, if it's a lagless monitor, it should be fine.
It is. So
Then it honestly it should be identical.
yeah, it would just be to like look cool.
I played on CRT for years and years and years and years, and then I, like around college and just after college, like my last 2 years of college and after, I was just moving so often that having a bulky CRT was no longer a good idea.
Oh yeah.
So I had to come up with a different solution.
They're behemoths.
Yes, they are. I had a nice CRT too, but it's in good hands. It was important to me that I gave it to somebody I knew would treat it well. I gave it for free.
Good deal. Actually, good deal, because some of them right now will go super high secondhand. I mean, obviously you can buy them new, but I feel people have caught wind of the retro gaming or retro tech in general, hobbyists, and they're cranking up those prices.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's gonna happen with even the N64, any game console.
Yeah, the N64 specifically has remained pretty cheap over the years.
Yeah.
While other retro game consoles have become more difficult to get, the N64 has maintained kind of a cheap market share.
Are they supposed to go bad after some time? You know how the GBA games?
So there's something in retro consoles called recapping. Do you know about this?
No.
So within, really any electronics, you'll find capacitors, which I'm sure you know all about. Having studied chemical engineering, you'll have some experience with capacitors. But capacitors store charge in a circuit, and in older consoles, the circuits obviously are older. They've been around a long time. And capacitors do deteriorate in quality over time, and capacitors have only gotten better as technology has improved. So these are older, bulkier capacitors in older consoles. So like in NESs and Super Nintendos, it is a good idea if your console's been around for 20 or 30 years to do what's called recap or recapacitor, which is where you have somebody go in and desolder the old capacitors and then solder in capacitors of equal rating, like the same farads. Just so that they're new and fresh, because that is usually the first choke point for older consoles. It's not a necessity, but like my Famicom is recapped. I'd imagine we've got some time on N64s before this needs to be done, but it is a proactive thing you can do to give your console an extra 20 years of life.
Oh, that's great.
Other than that, though, just don't beat the crap out of it with a hammer and you should be fine. The things were built to last back then. Honestly, you should be more worried about your Wii breaking than your N64.
Oh, I do have a Wii and my Switch. I'm surprised. I mean, I've used my Switch so much, traveled with it and everything. I'm honestly surprised it still works fine.
Right? You're surprised your Switch still works, but you're not surprised your N64 still works. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Things just aren't built to last anymore.
Back in my day.
Exactly.
No! Damn it, Penguin. All right. This will probably be the last reset? I don't know.
Yeah, this is probably the last one, I would say.
All right, then I'll go for a no reset run. Unless it's absolutely horrible, then I'll just start getting other stars. Kind of to demo,
Excellent.
other stars.
Let's get some GLHFs in chat, everybody. This is the final run of the day. And then there will be more GDQ half exact. This is the final SM64 thing.
All right, no lack to skip for this last one. It's all right.
It's only a couple seconds.
Yeah. All right, we got bomb clip. Let's go.
How often do you catch yourself, like, when you're playing, you realize that you've been prioritizing making the drum sound cool instead of playing?
Oh, that'll happen. I'll get distracted by the game music or by the small windows that I have to jam out. Sometimes I'll get carried away and be like, oh shit. I'm pressing all these buttons I'm not supposed to. Because some things are toggled, some are not. So I have to keep looking at my input display during runs because I will accidentally toggle things from just jamming out. But like I said, it's almost a self-soothing thing. Kind of keeps me in the in the Zen mode. So I'll just keep doing it, dude.
Yeah.
All right, we're up here now. Narrow bridges is like one of the hardest things when playing with drums. Anything that's super narrow. Now, there's actually a video of me doing this same star using the salt method. So I would suggest checking that one out. It's probably one of the craziest single star records I have. And the world record sits just over 10 seconds.
Gamers, a reminder again that since this is the last run of the day, this is also your last opportunity to follow Caesar on Twitch. Well, not your last opportunity ever, but your last opportunity from this particular stream. So please do get your follows in. You can make Caesar's lights flash by following. Isn't that exciting?
Yep. Works when I'm offline too, so if I'm just working on stuff.
Wait, really?
I'll know. I mean, I'm not live on my channel right now.
Yeah, fair,
so.
yeah.
There you go. Someone just followed. So one of the things I'm gonna focus on in the coming months for this run is camera work, because it can be very useful to get the camera to always be facing behind where you need to go. Meaning I can hold forward much more. Oh my gosh. Will I ever get up here? I don't know. Yes. So that's what's next when it comes to optimizing this run. Obviously not dying and getting the strats as clean as possible. But yeah, there's always going to be room for improvement on anything I can work on endurance-wise. And again, if I can just hold one direction to get Mario doing most of the important things, that also would help. All right, pretty sloppy womps, but we'll keep going. I think we can save a lot of time in Dark World.
Nice.
So yeah, we'll keep this run going.
I love just these moments where you're just jamming out. It's the best.
That's what's fun about doing this too. Like I get to do my two favorite hobbies at the same time. Just drumming and gaming away.
Hell yeah.
And I've always been that drummer in class. It's like tapping on the desk and stuff.
Right.
There's always beats going on, like in my head.
Might as well
Which is
express
why
it.
I'm being- Exactly. This is my take on musical expression. beating Mario as fast as you can. Very nice.
Is this real? Someone asks in chat. I don't know, Caesar. What do you think?
No, there's someone beside me playing the game. Oh, I've made that joke before. This is very real, actually. This is a testament of 2 years of work. So thanks for the compliment. But yeah, very real. Not typical, since I'm the only person doing runs like these. So nice. That was a really good Dark World.
Oh, it's really good.
Yeah.
Looking good. Back on pace, potentially.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, gold split.
Let's
go.
go.
2 gold splits today. That's pretty good.
That's
dude.
a dub.
That's a dub. Yeah, that was one of the cleanest Dark Worlds I've ever had. Pretty good. Gosh. Come on, please make it, please make it, please make it. Oh. Very close. You dang bird.
We got him in the end.
We got him. Missed the star. It's actually a little tricky to get that angle. Again, anything that's diagonal, it just sucks on drums. So
Yeah, is there...
it's not a great time.
So, like, obviously, you're rolling between up and right or whatever to get an upright angle. But is there any universe where it would be better to like try to hit up and right at the same time and do like a sustained beat?
Well, because I have to hit the drums at a certain speed. Oh, very nice. Like I have to hit the drums at a certain speed for the joystick to stay in that direction. And it's just way too fast for a single hand to do. Which is why like I'm usually, it's called a buzz roll, which means I'm hitting as many times with a single stick, but there's still gaps in that playing like this. If you look at the input display, you'll see what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Ooh, green.
Green.
I'm showing all the colors today. Gold, red, green.
Yeah, all three
Blue?
splits on display in the last 3 splits.
Yep. Really? Mario stood under the star just for a second. I love losing time to little things like that. That's why this game is fun to speedrun. There's just so many ways you can lose game time. It's beautiful.
Yeah, we should get you in a race with Bubsy.
Oh, we've talked about it. After his 120 run that he did, I was like, bro, we need a race. I think his PB is like 26 minutes. Obviously, blindfolded is a whole other beast.
Right.
But yeah, we want to make it happen. There is one blindfolded runner that has a very close PB to mine, which is really insane. I can't remember if it's Nabori. I don't know if I'm misremembering that. I'm sorry, but he used to run at a top level before doing blindfolded, which is like in hindsight, it's probably a better way to get into blindfolded. To run regular, I don't know how Bubsy did it, but from my experience, running on a controller first helps a lot with learning. What is going on, dude? Gold split.
Let's go. Nice.
Nope, got the text box. Come on, Mips. It's alright, dude. Cool.
Sitting back and letting the run speak for itself on this one, I think. Good luck with the end game.
Thank you. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. No.
No.
Wow. That was such a good fire seat, too. Rip.
Wow, that's so unfortunate.
Dude, and I missed a roll. I missed a little roll, but...
The drama.
Wow, I was even thinking, wow, this is such a clean fire seat. We're getting somewhere. But you know, Mario has to Mario as well, so. This game is equally frustrating as it is rewarding sometimes. Don't know what cycle I'm making this time, but it's probably like cursed cycle or something.
I feel like this run is just a testament to the fact that you are really close to a big PB.
And those little mistakes, like that's it. All right.
Have you ever played Patapon?
Never. I've never even heard of that.
Okay, it's this like little known gem that came out on the PSP. And it is a rhythm strategy game, which I've never played anything like it. Other than
Rhythm strategy.
Yeah, so basically you're in charge of these troops in this like mythical world. And the troops are called Patapon, and you give them actions, like you give them commands, like, you know, advance or attack or whatever, based on rhythm.
Oh, that's cool.
It's cool. I think you would like it. It has a release on PS4, I think.
There's also like there's a rhythm Zelda game. I forget the name of it. But it's also kind of like that, actually.
Cadence of Hyrule?
Yes, Cadence of Hyrule.
Yeah, I guess the Crypt of the Necrodancer and Cadence of Hyrule are both kind of like that.
Yep. Come on. Yes. I think in the last run I did BLJs. This second set of BLJs was like the fastest I've ever done it to. Whew, that was scary. Almost wet, dry world.
I've always loved that the endless staircase allows for, like, you can just BLJ attempt forever.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's such a funny coincidence.
More doable, yeah. What do you mean? I think they intended that. No! Oh my goodness. Great. Great fall. That's alright. Good improv there. last Bowser.
Here we go.
So there he goes. All right, I went for the grab. Didn't get it. It's all right. So usually that's my other strat. I'll try to go for a grab and then go for throws. But if I miss, then I'll go back to this RNG strat, which is great for beginners, actually. It's really easy to do. And you get to skip 2 throws. I tried a no-look throw, didn't work, but hey, that's still cool.
You're just throwing Bowser towards us.
Yep. And that is 16-star jump percent.
Excellent. Everybody, please get your GGs out for Caesar Drums. The Twitch link is in the description of the YouTube video and in the Twitch chat. Caesar, thank you so much for joining us on PB Precipice. Do you have any final thoughts for the gamers at home?
Thank you so much for having me. Thanks for inviting me over. And if you enjoyed that, then I will be doing more live attempts on my channel with other games as well. I just played Mario Strikers, some Mario Party with Rudism, Peking Boo. Also, atypical controller gamers are on the rise, so keep your eye out for that.
Wonderful. Well, again, gamers, please do follow Caesar Drums on Twitch and be sure to check out his stream on the regular. I have been ADEF. Some quick announcements before we depart from this show. Stay tuned after this for It's Dangerous to Go Alone, a show about co-op speedruns, and you are not going to want to miss it. We've got some cool stuff coming up right after this on that show. And then tomorrow, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern, will be Awfully Silly, which is a show about awful and silly speedruns, followed by That's Never Happened Before, a show about breaking down glitches in speedruns and how they work. And gamers, I just want to thank you again for always tuning in for PB Precipice. Summer Games Done Quick is coming up June 26th to July 3rd. Prize submissions are now open. Go to gamesdonequick.com for more info. And that's going to be it for PB Precipice and for me, ADEF, for today. But stick around. There's more Hotfix Gaming coming up right after this. Just a quick break, and we'll be right back into the speedrunning. Take care.
Peace.